Well, hi everyone. Greetings from North Carolina, and one of Nana's far-flung grandchildren and great-grandchildren that are living around the world, and tuning in today to say goodbye to her and being part of what's going on. And so, it's a sad day. Sad day to say goodbye to someone we've literally known all our lives. She's a bit like the Queen, always kind of been there, and but especially sad for Mum and for David and Roy, and saying goodbye to their mum, who, and I guess they knew this day would always come, but it's kind of, you kind of hope that it wouldn't come, but here we are. And I visited Nana a number of times over the last few years while she was in the home and stuff, and you'd always kind of think, well, often you'd think, man, maybe that's the last time I ever see her. And but thing was, it wouldn't be the last time. And she just seemed to keep on going. We'd go back and say, hey, Nana, you're still going, and and see you next time. But today eventually it comes to an end. So today's the day that we all say goodbye to her. So but there's not many things that go for 104 years non-stop. I know isn't there a light bulb in New York City that's been going for like 100 years, but there's not many things that keep going that long. So good effort, Nana. Well done. And I remember as a kid we used to go up to Auckland. We had that old Falcon station wagon. All of us kids would be in the back, and in our PJs. We didn't have to wear seatbelt thing, thank goodness. And it was like a 6-hour trip, and we'd come over the Bombays and see the lights of Auckland stretched out in front of us, and we'd think, oh, it's not far now, and we'd get to Nana and Jim's and stay there the night. But one little thing I remember is Jim, he'd get up in the morning to be getting ready for work, and what I remember anyway, always had his coffee in this white porcelain cup. And those, it must have made quite an impression on me, and I must have thought they were pretty cool cups, because to this day, if I'm going to drink coffee, I'd like to have it in a white porcelain cup, and not a mug, not a brown cup. It's got to be white. It's got to be the right shade of white too. But so funny, eh? But I was always proud. I've always been proud to tell people that my grandmother was born in a little island in the South Pacific called Aitutaki, and of course most people have never heard of it, especially over here in America, and it seems so exotic. But it's I was always very proud of that, and kind of skited about it really, and but I remember back when I was about 13, Nana took me and Gerard and Mum to Aitutaki. It's the first time me and Gerard had been, and I think it was 1978, and went on a DC-10. It was a big time for back then, and anyway, we got to Aitutaki, and Nana introduced us to cockroaches. They were everywhere, and tree-ripened bananas, and man, they just tasted unbelievable. And mangoes. I don't think I'd ever seen a mango, but we didn't know what to do with them. But but anyway, and of course to beautiful Aitutaki and to Akaya, and back then, of course, the Akaya was just a concrete block shell and kind of surrounded by jungle and goats living in it, and spiders and all that kind of stuff that lives there, lizards, and but now, of course, it's that little house that we've all got there, and it's just on the best beach and on the island. And I always skite to people, say, hey, we're just down the beach from the Pacific Resort. You can stay there for $1,500 a night, but we're right next door, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And I show people photos on my phone of the Aitutaki Lagoon, and I say, hey, look, this is my island. And so I make out it's mine anyway. They probably believe me, but anyway, hey, look, that's me and my family will be. We're very, to Nana, we're very grateful for that legacy, and so thank you, Nana, for that.